All right, guys, this is our 2018 Ford Edge Sport, and it's now up to 15,500 miles, and I'm going to change the oil and check the oil catch can. The oil has lasted 4,500 miles, and the oil from I first installed the oil catch can at 10,852 miles, and so it's been about 4,652 miles of driving, and we'll see how much oil is in that. As you can see, I pull it up on blocks. I took it for a little bit of a drive for about 10 or 15 minutes just to warm up the oil before I change it, and wanted to pull it up on the blocks. It's much easier to climb under there and drain it out. Like I did when I first changed the oil on this thing at 11,000 miles. I pretty much do it in two phases. I take the oil filter out and drain the oil, and I just let it sit for hours. My wife needs to drive it later today. It's in the morning, so I'll probably just let it drain for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I'll finish it up and put the plug back in, put the new filter in, and fill up with oil. I probably won't show that because I have a video already of doing that. But I do want to show this first part of, I'm going to take the oil filter off, I'm going to drain the oil, and then we'll check the catch can to see how much oil we have in there. And I've got these little measuring cups just to see how much we actually get out of that oil catch can. So, all right, so let me get my 27 millimeter socket with it's a 1/2 inch drive, but I've got a little conversion from the 3/8 because that's what I have, a 3/8 ratchet and a little 2.5 inch, 3 inch extension, whatever that is. And I don't know if the lighting's that great, but again, my first video of changing the oil can show you guys a little bit better detail of what's going on. The oil filter definitely turns slow. I had a bugger of a time getting it in on my other video when I first put it in. For some reason it wasn't just going in nicely. So I expect that to not be a problem today. I like this angled ratchet. Comes in handy in situations like this. All right, it's just about. Use my hands now. I did drive it, but then I let it sit for about 15 minutes because it was pretty warm. This 2.7 liter engine, it puts out the heat. Puts out the heat for sure. So that's what we got. This is a K&N filter. Okay. I tell you what, since we're here, let me go ahead and take off this oil catch can. Let's see how much oil we got. I have to be honest, I've been checking it every so often as we've been driving, And I know there's some oil in here for sure, so. Alright, let's pull this back. And you can see there's definitely oil in there. Making the light here. So you got these little cups. I'm not sure I'll need that one. So this is 4,600 miles of driving. And so we're looking at just over 15 milliliters. But, you know, there's some in there. I'm going to let this drip out. Yeah, so it's just above the 15 line, or right at the 15 line. So if I let this drip out, you know, oil is, I'll probably get close to 16 milliliters. That's probably a good amount to write down in my logbook. Again, after 4,600 miles. And I mean, I'm no expert on this, but the catch can keeps this oil from going into your air intake. So this would get sucked into your air intake and clog up your valves otherwise. And so I'm pretty happy with whatever this is catching and just keeping it out of the air intake and just dirtying up the engine. I'm sure some is getting by, but at the end of the day, this did not. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I'll wipe that out. I'll wipe this out and clean this up. Let's see if I can do that here. I thought I might have a little bit more than one cup, but I will say we took a drive, a little family trip for a wedding to Nashville, Tennessee, and that was a good. It was close to 1,500 miles, and I checked this before we left. And then I checked it when we got back, just curious, and there wasn't much difference. So I was really actually surprised. Highway driving didn't seem to add a whole lot of blow-by, you know, oil getting into the catch can here. This seemed to be happening from just driving in and around town, and yeah. So I found that to be interesting. Because other than, I mean, we just drive it in and around town, don't really get it up to speed, you know, consistent speed on the highway much, except for that trip. And like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of change in oil, at least it wasn't noticeable. So cleaned out, measure about, I'll say 16 milliliters. And then I think the next time right now it's at 15,500 miles. The next time I'll check it will be another 4,500 miles. I want to get to 20,000 and change the oil. Again, from that point, every 5,000 miles on these EcoBoost engines, I think it's important to do it every 5,000 miles. Okay, let's go under. I can leave that there. Let's go under and drain the oil. And let's see, I think I can set this up. Like so. Closer there. I'll turn that light on. Get some light there. So here's this just little tab. I'm wearing a glove this time. See if I can turn this thing and get the right leverage. Trying to how best I can get the leverage to turn this thing. There we go. Okay. See, it comes out pretty fast. And I think I can reuse this thing again. Reuse this plastic drain plug. I still don't quite understand why they went with a plastic drain plug. They could do, I don't know, I guess they wanted to go toolless. And they want to, they wanted to make these oil changes as quick as possible. But you need a tool to take the oil filter off. So, I don't know, in my mind, why not have the same tool to take the oil filter off and the drain plug? If it's a 27 millimeter tool to take the oil filter housing off, just put a 27 millimeter drain plug on here and you got the same tool. And I mean, you're not doing the work at the same time. I mean, if somebody's changing oil, it's one person. So I don't know, it just seems that would be smarter. I know they're always trying to cut weight on these vehicles and engines and stuff, but to me that just makes sense. But whatever. All right, so I'm going to let this drain. Oh, I know what I need to do. I didn't take the cap off the oil fill area to help it drain better. So I need to do that. right, well, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. Interesting how much oil we got out of the catch can after 4,600 miles or so. And I'll just dump that in with the used oil so that we you know, we'll recycle it. It's what I do. This is what came out of the oil filter housing. Just kind of let that sit and drain. So, alright guys, that's a wrap for this video. I am putting in the Amsoil Signature Series 100% synthetic motor oil 5W20. Firmly believe in this stuff, and definitely think 100% synthetic's the way to go with these EcoBoosts. I am going to change the air filter, so I'll do that in a separate video. So that's one other thing I need to do today. Alright guys, God bless, thanks for watching, take care, hope your Edge Sports and your anything else you're running with this 2.7 liters doing well. God bless, take care.